Oh well. It was proof that I was sitting behind my desk, I guess. Hi, Lena. How are you? Good. So you found me through the Mastodon post. I think most people find me through Blue Sky, to be honest. So it's nice to see someone coming from Mastodon for once. Do you follow me on Mastodon too, or was it like through one of the hashtags or something? Oh, nice. So you haven't actually seen my work before. Well, short introduction. This is a comic called Netherrealms. I've been working on this since 2012. Thanks. Yeah, it's well, I mean, so I started like writing the script in 2012, and then in 2016, I think I took like a couple months off of work to actually, because I was still working like at a company at that time, and I took a few months off to actually, finish the script at that point, because I think I had like a first draft at that point, or like ideas. I think like a lot of loose ideas, and I wanted to like have something finished. So I took 2 months off work to actually finish writing the first draft. I think like really good first draft, and then for a while I worked on the concept art and that kind of stuff. On my days off, and now I'm actually making the comic. You were 9 years old, so 2012, so you were born in 2003. So we're 13 years apart then. Well, I was 22 in 2012. Well, that's how that goes. The older I get, the more I see younger people, small bean, that's okay, that's fun. I actually really enjoy talking to people like from all different kinds of ages. I think like a lot of streamers people in the chat are often my age, but also like in their 40s and 50s or something. But then also like people who are younger, like born like post 2000. And I think the fun thing is once a few people show up, it's really always like a really fun time in the chat. And people like connect over really different things. So, no worries about age. So, let's see. You were 9, so now we're 12, 13 years later. Wait, 2003. Math. So now you're 21 years old, right? Yeah. No. 2003, 22, 21, 22, 23. 21, 22. Auntie, no, people don't. Well, I mean, I get called auntie, but that's just because because like we have me and my friends, we have like small kids. So like because of we're good friends, like we get called auntie whatever, even though we're not technically aunts, so, or aunts I should say. Oh, 22 next week. Oh, happy birthday already. Got big party plans, or? Yeah, no, I do not. However, I do think they kind of like treat me as an auntie, because I don't know. I do tend to like look like older and trustworthy, I guess. I think now with like a small kid, you just get auntied, just because you have the kid with you, so it's like, okay, you're like a mom. I definitely didn't get auntied, however, when I was 20, 21, 22. So I can imagine that feels awkward. But yeah, 22 is a fun age. Are you still studying, or have you started working, or? The relative party. Yeah, we've got those. The lamp party is fun. In the end, it doesn't really matter when you celebrate your birthday, like on which day, because in the end, like, the day is arbitrary, isn't it? It's mostly about just hanging out with your friends and having a fun time, when the day is a bit about you, at least once a year, right? Getting an IT job is not dumb, I think, in this economy. Why did you drop out of uni? Was it like not your bag, like uni in general, or did you just not like the course that you were doing? Whoa, okay. Yeah, that definitely sucks. When you're depressed, like, uni is hard, man. School in general, life in general is hard. Are you able to get help? Hey, Rick! Nice to meet you. Or nice to meet you. Nice to see you again. Welcome back, I was gonna say. How's it going? Yeah, definitely birthday weeks should be a thing, especially at like 22. I'm coming up to the age where my birthday doesn't matter anymore. But at 22, birthdays were definitely still very important. Getting married, that's exciting. That's something to look forward to at least. Yeah. Did we not talk about this? Parenthood? Yes. Our son is now 9 months old. Which is, that's like the whole reason why I haven't been streaming much and stuff, and why it's been a little chaotic the past while. Because I was getting used to parenthood. Oh yeah, getting along with family is, or having to deal with family that you don't get along with. That is a lot. Thank you. Yeah, he's amazing. Our little guy. So happy and content little guy. It's a lot because, obviously it's a baby, but we have been lucky with him. But yeah, it's been a lot. He goes to daycare, but during the day you're just like catching up on a lot of stuff, in terms of like laundry as well, and just getting things sorted. Sometimes he got sick, and then all of a sudden, we had to like ditch work to be able to pick him up and kind of try and catch up with that later in the evening or whatever, even though you're already tired because you're dealing with like a sick child. Well, Rick, you have kids, I think, so crawling like a madman. He gets so pleased with himself when he discovers like a new area that he can go to, then he kind of like stops, cries out with joy. He goes like, aha, and then he starts crawling really fast. Yeah, see, if your family doesn't make like the day about you, then maybe it's just a matter of biding your time until, you can get to a happy place. And yeah, kids are, I'm biased, of course, because obviously my kid is awesome, but we've been hearing the same from other people who deal with him on a regular basis, so I think we're okay. He might be close to standing because he's like pulling himself up onto his knees, and he's sometimes like trying to stand on like his hands and feet instead of his hands and knees. So it's been going so fast, man, because he wasn't rolling until 6 months old. Yeah, because on Christmas Day, he suddenly started rolling. And it was funny because we weren't really paying attention. He was kind of like trying for a while, not really doing anything. And then we were having dinner with the family, not paying attention to him, but he was like on the floor, just playing. And then all of a sudden I look over and he was on his belly instead of on his back. And it was like, to my husband, like, oh my God, he rolled. And then, apparently he like got the gist of it, and suddenly it was like rolling all the time, and then suddenly crawling and or what's it called? Like going like an army crawl, you know. So yeah, now all of a sudden it seems to be going like really quickly. Like he's like, oh, I can do all this movement now. Let me explore, you know. So that's fun. Oh, so your girlfriend is German? Nice. And you're in Asia now, Luna? Yeah, I can imagine talking is a lot of fun. He's been babbling like crazy too, from a young age, but now he seems to be like learning new sounds and stuff. So it should not be that long. We've been trying to do like baby sign language because sometimes he does have like these bouts where he doesn't want to sleep, he doesn't want to go in his crib, he's crying, and we're like, what is wrong, you know? We just can't figure it out why he doesn't want to sleep, because usually there's like something. There's like he's hungry, or he, you know, is we don't have that often anymore. Sometimes it's like his diaper or whatever. Usually it's like because he's hungry, but sometimes we just can't figure it out, and it would be so nice if we had like the baby sign language, so it would be easier to, you know, figure out what was going on, but we're not consistent enough. Talk to your kid as if they are a person? Is there any way to talk to your kid as if they're not a person? Or do you mean like don't do the baby talk? Ah, I have to admit we do baby talk just because it's so much fun to, because his face really lights up when he makes a sound and you make the same sound back. He like frowns and looks at you and then smiles. He's like, oh, I'm like communicating, you know? So it does like spark some recognition in him. So that's really fun to see. And sometimes if you make like really weird sounds, then, you know, he starts laughing, which is worth a lot. I know! It's so weird. It's like, I am doing so many things that I never thought I would do before I became a parent. Like the weird ass baby talk and God, what else? You know, like being protective, or because I mean I knew I would be protective, but I didn't know it would be like such an emotional thing. Or what else? Like anything with a child, like stories or books or movies or whatever, it hits way differently now. It's just, you can like imagine the feelings that those parents are going through very differently, which is like something I had heard about it. I had not expected it to be so true, which is really weird. I mean, we do talk to him, obviously, as normal people as well. We don't. There's I can't really show it to you because it's a Dutch meme, but there's this meme here where a grandmother goes like totally baby talk, like, did you make a drawing? You know, kind of like that. When she's on the phone with like her grandchild, and it is so funny. That stuff we don't do, but we do make the sounds back that he makes, which is fun. Oh no, we don't. We definitely talk to him like a normal person as well. Hey Rick, so how have the game modules been going? Oh, whoops, I have the wrong Nightbot stuff already up, or up still. Hold on. Sales are non-existent. Whoops. So the tarot card thing is, so it's actually, I mean, it's a product, it's a resource that I wanted to share with people, where if they sign up for the newsletter, they get like access to the what I call the essential character creators companion, which gives access to some tutorials on creating characters with the aid of tarot cards. So hold on, I'm just doing the Nightbot stuff as well. Yeah, it gives you a few tutorials where you can use tarot cards to create your characters, to like make them more in depth. So, for example, to help you think of like a backstory for them, that's not like the most obvious thing. And I found that really. That using the tarot cards as inspiration, it can really help to think of options that you hadn't thought of before, basically. How do I log in? Oh, there we go. So basically, like if you have like a character that you've thought up, or you have like one of the character portraits that I make, but you don't have a backstory for them yet. You can like draw 3 cards, and you can either just look up their meanings and like take inspiration from that, or you can take 3 categories, which is like off the top of my head, it's their inner motivation, their outer motivation, and their struggle, and then draw 3 cards draw a card for each of those categories, and then draw inspiration from that for their backstory. So, for example, if you have like, I don't know, something to do with health in inner motivation, then they might be a healer or whatever, or they might be struggling with their health. And then you've got, for outer motivation, you've got something to do with money. Then their family or whatever might be really money focused, even though they want to be like a healer, or they're not healthy enough to actually work a lot. And then for struggle, you have something with I don't know, inspiration or something. Then maybe they're struggling to be inspired, or they're looking for inspiration, or they're really inspired to do something but they can't get to it. Well, no. So you can see how like having some prompts, some prompt words basically, or some prompt principles can really help you to come up with a character that is not standard, basically. Does that answer your question? Yeah, so I think if you're signed up to the newsletter, then you should have access to it already. Hold on. And if you're not, then here is the link. And then you can see more of like the preview stuff, and then you can sign up and like get access to it right away and see the tutorials and stuff. Here we go. Timers, comic, Kickstarter can go. There we go. All right. We're in business again. Thanks. I do my best. Yeah, definitely. It's, that's what they're there for. I also have a Patreon starting up with portraits coming every month. And I just published the first set of portraits this month, actually. Oh gosh, yeah. It's I can imagine. It's so weird. Like, for some people, especially for artists or whatever, creativity is like, creativity is so, it's such a given, that you're like, it's such a given that you're like, how can you not understand this, But yeah, it's a thing. People have a lot of trouble sometimes imagining these things and like being creative. But I guess, that's what creatives are for, right? To provide that kind of stuff. So did you suggest them hiring like a copywriter? Oh, you mean like coders and programmers are creative? Because I agree with that. You've got to really think of creative solutions to problems sometimes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. I think Rick will too. So what do you do in IT, Luna? What do you mean inspired to think about website work differently? Oh, right. I build a website, off page. I'll do it. I'll write it, design it, post it, and host it. Oh, but then okay, so that would be like, whoa, that would be way more work though. Like post, because then you'd be actually working on the upkeep as well, right? I work for the company SUSE that does enterprise Linux stuff. I work on this thing called Cockpit, which is a web UI, which in theory should be maintain a server to be able to use to maintain a server. Huh. That's really interesting. Okay, but right, so if you do maintenance now, then and you already help with content, then what's the difference? Yeah, I agree. Playing TTRPG is like a lot of fun, definitely. Haven't played Lancer though. Oh, right. Okay. I get it. Writing the content 100%. Yeah, it's definitely easier for clients to say like, oh, we don't want this, instead of like having to come up with something. Which makes it hard sometimes, right? Because you're like, if the only thing they're saying is like, no, we don't want this, and no, we don't want that, then eventually you can sit there thinking like, okay, so what do you do want? I don't know. So Lancer's a mech TTRPG in the far future, humanity has no worries about reason and the other survival's miracle. Alright. Galaxies. Eldritch math gods? How does that work? I mean, I think people just saying no is always a problem, isn't it, Rick? And like people not knowing what they want. I was just discussing it with my dad this morning. Oh, time for a break. Okay, so what I do when my computer tells me that I need to take a break is I take a break. And then I run an ad so the pre-roll ads get disabled for a while. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. Just giving my arms a break. Alright, I'm back. If you hear like a machine buzzing, by the way, that's gonna be like gone in 20 minutes. Hold on, let me catch up. Service industry is a difficult one to be in, says Rick. I've invested an ounce of time in looking at ways to get out of the service section and start using platforms to make money for just me. Pinterest is looking like an interest now. So, okay, good. I'm glad you don't hear any buzz. I just said it just in case he's... Pinterest is looking like an interesting option. So, Rick, have you seen like the whole kerfuffle about Pinterest? Hold on. So, humanity on their probably has got these problems. Let's predict the future. That's worried. You can take this. You find these computers are hypothetically alive. So should have to take out the solar system manages to get humanity to sign a law that says they'll never research becoming immortal and disappears. And humanity goes through more than 2 it's left behind. Busy computers will be. So the team bring revived in species that humanity wiped out and then making it live. Woof. That's definitely dark. And that's the collapse of humanity and a bunch of good people took over. Pretty shitty incident that led to some good. Okay. Man, that sounds like a cool story for Lancer. I think I've heard about it before. Like, I've heard about the RPG before. I just haven't played it. I think. So, the Pinterest kerfuffle. So, you know, the thing about Pinterest is, like, it's all people pinning other people's stuff, right? You don't usually pin your own stuff that much. Pinterest decided to like use AI and like train the pins or train their AI on the pins that are pinned on the thing. And like your account is standard opt-in and you have to opt out if you don't want your stuff to be trained on or to the AI to be trained on the pins. However, since you don't pin your own stuff but you pin other people's stuff, how is it even your stuff to opt in with? So people are angry, and I got so mad basically about the principal that I wanted to contact Pinterest to like send them a letter or whatever, like give them some kind of signal that this is really dumb and counterintuitive, and there was just no way to contact them. Like, there is just no way. You can only go to like a help file or whatever, but I don't even think they have like a help account. So yeah, it's just tone deaf. So Pinterest might be, then again, you know, Pinterest might be falling out. So I guess if Pinterest is interesting or not would depend on whether you have creatives as a target audience or no, because creatives are going to get hit hard by that policy and get pissed off. So they might not be wanting to use Pinterest a lot anymore, I think. But I'm not sure if this was like a thing within my groups and that Pinterest is still like going strong like in creative circles in general, or if it really is a thing that that creators aren't going to be using Pinterest anymore. Oh, there's an actual contact page? Because I've been searching, but I didn't find it that morning that I was actually like going to take action on this. I feel like oftentimes companies have like a contact page, but then it says contact, but it's basically like, hey, look at all these help files that we have. And there's no way to actually like send them an email. Yeah, exactly. No, from the like a lot of the content I'm seeing, their target audience is moms, interior designers, people being influenced, people wanting to feel like they're improving their lives by following all the tips that they get on Pinterest. And then creatives happen to use Pinterest a lot because it's like a really nice visual database of inspiration. But recently it's been flooded with AI stuff, so it's gotten really hard to search for a reference on there anyway. I've been like, I saw an alternative for Pinterest being offered up on social media somewhere, and I looked at it. I want to use it, but I have so many pins on Pinterest right now that I still refer back to that I don't really look forward to either starting over or having to move all of that over. I wish there was some kind of export or porting function. I mean, their legal address would be the thing that they have listed, right? I'm guessing. Shouldn't be that hard to like actually sue them or something, but I'm not going to. I'm not that invested. No! And did they tell you why they turned your account off? Holy moly. Isn't it awful though that you're like so dependent on one company? Like a lot of my inspiration stuff is on Pinterest. Like if they shut down or whatever, I'd be losing a lot of my inspiration folder. Oh, okay. I've done that before. It shouldn't be that much of a problem unless it was like a shady software or a shady social media manager, but weird. So what was your Pinterest scheme, Rick? Or are you not? If you're willing to tell me, us, the internet. If you're not, then don't worry about it. Discord banning people using AI that seems false accusation. You have to sue them to get a person to review your ban. Oh man, yeah, I've heard some things about Discord being like bad to reach. Or hard to reach, I should say. An affiliate marketing scheme with little talent photo students with affiliate accounts you use Pinterest students to become an influencer. Okay, but aren't those things like a dime a dozen where they're like, oh, use this and get rich quick, and then you're like trying it, but then it doesn't work, and it's because 5 million other people are already trying it as well. Oh yeah, see that's Luna. That's why I've been investing into a mailing list instead of just being on social media, because I mean not specifically with friends, but like with clients or potential clients, like I want to be able to reach them even if like some social media goes out of the air. So I've been trying to get people to sign up to the mailing list because, you know, email is like that one thing that has stood the test of time, and people keep their emails like for a long time. Yeah, I know, but I mean, people don't have to move off of Discord. It's more like I'm not going like off of social media. It's more like I want, if social media is down, because in the past few years Twitter has been down a few times, and people were like, oh no, but I can't reach my commissioners now, or whatever, or I can't reach my clients now, or I can't reach my friends. And I'm like, well, if you get their email, then you still have an alternative. That's why I only do commissions over email, because I am not dealing with the stress of a social platform deciding to delete my account for some reason, like Rick just said, like they might arbitrarily decide to ban your account and then you're done. Yeah, mostly that, actually. But I still make friends over social media. It's not like I don't talk to people over social media. It's just that I want that email to be there as a safeguard. AOL.com accounts, wow. Yeah, I still... no, I don't still have my email for my teens. I do still have it from my 20s. I think. Oh, I might still have it for my teens, actually. as a commission business in 2025. Well, honestly, I mean, my vision is kind of skewed because I was out of the commission business for a couple months last year because of having the baby. So I feel like I'm still playing catch up a little. I feel like COVID was like really the top year for anyone doing commissions, just because there was like so much disposable income going to entertainment and like staying entertained and people not going out. So a lot more people were like permanently online. So I don't think a lot of people have topped their 2020. Yeah, I think 2020 revenue. And yeah, for me, it's, you know, it's been going okay for like the time that I've put in, I guess, but it's not going really, I'm not fully booked yet. Anyway, let me keep it at that. Then again, I've been keeping busy with D&D dress up and Netherrealms, so I've been filling up my time, just not with commissions. Yeah, I think the email will still be around. I think it was a Hotmail account. I think it got like hacked at some point, and then at some point I got it back, but then I moved over to a different email provider, so I kind of like stopped using it. Or by that point I had like made another email account my main, you know? So it kind of like fell into disuse. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. People keep their emails for ages. Yeah, well, I mean, so once I, you know, started like a business, I have the same. My email is now artbiz@thingantumor.com. So. But yeah, email really seems to be pretty evergreen so far. So I'm putting my eggs in that basket in terms of like keeping in contact with people. Social media is nice, but platforms definitely come and go, even though they might seem indispensable, like Twitter, but we all saw how that went. Oh, you have other reasons then it's cool? Like? Years ago, I mentioned Blue Sky. Has it been years? It can't have been years. Blue Sky, like, I feel like Blue Sky only exists for, like, has only existed for 9 months or something. But yeah, it's a really nice vibe there, to be honest. It feels like a bit more easy to use than Mastodon, I think. I mean, Rick, really, have we known each other for years by this point? Isn't that a weird thought? You maintain some software. Oh, okay. Isn't that nice though, Luna? That people are still like finding it and like sending you a message about it. Like, hope you're doing well. That's like the biggest compliment. Thanks for dropping by, Luna. See you around. Yeah, I do feel like Twitch is, in terms of like social context, it's the closest I've gotten to those weird like, and I'm even like I'm not even I wasn't even around on the internet in like the AOL and what was it, like IRC chat or something, those days. But it does feel like Twitch feels like one of the closest things to like random people coming to make internet friends to me. Even more so than social media or Discord or Blue Sky or whatever. Yeah, I guess maybe the big difference for Discord is that you're like really focusing on a conversation for, sometimes like a couple hours. Whereas with like asynchronous communication, it's really easy to like drop a line and then go offline for a while, and then you just go about your day, and then you come back to it. And it's a lot slower than actually spending some time for a couple hours and actually having like a conversation in real time, I guess. Guess that does make me sound really old. Starting to sound like an older person, like back in my day. Kids these days don't know how to communicate in real time. Where are we as in like in terms of like pages? We're still working on the pages that I was working on before I went on pregnancy leave, I think. This is like the prologue still. I think I finished how many pages last year? I think like 11 pages last year. Which I'm really proud of, because I'm basically, in terms of like how the Patreon's going, I'm basically doing this on my own time, and then finishing a page a month, considering that every page takes about 10 to 20 hours to finish. I'm pretty happy with that, with the amount of time that I get to spend on it. But it does mean that progress is rather slow. But oh well, we're still chugging along. We're finally getting to some meaty bits though, like, of course, since we're only on page 36 of the whole comic, which is likely going to be, I don't know, a couple of 100 pages long, there's like a lot of introduction and a lot of things going on where you're like, okay, who cares? But there's some action happening in this batch of pages, at least. I'm so jealous of, do you know the comic Tiger? If you like D&D, then it's really, I think it was inspired by D&D or something. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate that. I think the most finished pages that I ever got to in a comic is 100. But they were not full color by any means. And I did not have a finished script for that comic. I was just winging it. I was pantsing the storyline. Flash Gordon. Like, that name rings a bell. Nope, I think this was before my time. Flash Gordon. Man, it looks so amazingly 80s. Wow. I think I know the bad guy from Flash Gordon. Yeah, so Ming, I'm assuming Ming the Merciless was like the bad guy. I think I know him like as a caricature for bad guys. Anyway, yeah, a 4-panel comic every day. I mean, to be honest, I I had to do some 4-panel comics for like a comic making course that I was doing. Or no, it was a storyboarding course. It was a storyboarding course. And those 4-panel comic pages, seriously, the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. Just because you have to like have a gag or a setup or something like every 4 pages. It is so hard. Hey, Chris! Welcome back. How's it going? Yeah, I'm good. Finally back with some streams. I'm doing one on Thursday now, but I should be, I think for the next few for the next few weeks, I'll do one every Monday. No, because it's Easter the week after next. I might be doing next week Monday and then on Tuesday or something. Do you guys have like Easter on Monday in the States? I will probably be around until like 5-ish. So. Okay, so that's a Dutch thing, I guess. Well, I guess we're okay because I don't know. Yeah, because I think in the States you guys have like a lot of public holidays, and I think in Europe we have like the least amount of public holidays of the whole continent, I think. Anyway, we were talking about comics. So listen, 4-panel comics, like the hardest thing. Holy moly. But then, oh yeah, so Tiger, if you haven't like read the comic and you like online comics, then definitely give it a read because Erica Nordland, she is so good at like keeping up with the updates, and the story is so good and so entertaining. So yeah, I can really recommend it. I think it's like in my Twitch profile as well. Like there should be links to like some other webcomics that I really enjoy, and I think Tiger's on there as well, so definitely give it a look. But yeah, she is, at least last time I checked, she was cranking out pages at least once a week, if not like much more, like 3 times a week or something. So, but then again, you know, it is definitely her full-time gig from what I can gather. So that definitely makes a difference. But Oh, this music reminds me. Have you guys seen the second season of Arcane? I mean, it is, unless it makes the side hustle less enjoyable. Like, I think some people have said, like, oh yeah, I made my hobby my job, and now I don't have a hobby anymore, you know? So I can definitely imagine, like, it being a downer at some point. Good luck, Chris. I won't spoil the second season for you then. But it was good. Yeah, you seem like you have a lot of side hustles, Rick. Holy moly. Then again, you know, like, the thing with side hustles or like startups is, like, you just need to do a lot of them. And then see what sticks, you know? A lot of people go, like, all in on one thing. But there's actually, like, a big chance that things will fail. So I think it's really smart to not put all your eggs in one basket. But also, that must require a lot of energy, man. Keeping up with all of that. So do you have, like, a journal of side hustles? So when you say side hustles, you say concepts of side hustles, or, like, actual side hustles that you've been putting into practice? Ah, okay. It's fun thinking about them, though, isn't it? It's, I feel like you're one of those people who just can't stop thinking about concepts and ideas to try out. I have a friend like that who's like constantly spitballing ideas like, oh, you could do this and you could do that. It's like, yeah, you could if you had infinite time and energy. I mean, for some people it's addictive. Other people are just really happy just doing what they do and just not think about anything else. So it's really funny how, we were just talking about, like, as a creative, you don't realize sometimes how special it can be to be creative. Like, people just say, like, oh, you're so creative. And then you're like, yeah, isn't everybody? Why is this special? And apparently it is special. And I think it's the same with, like, dreaming up side hustles. If it's a thing you enjoy, I don't think you realize how it's not a given, I guess. So what's the craziest side hustle you've thought up? That was a very short meeting, Chris. Holy moly. Hi, bye. Is that a thing that your meetings get canceled on? Like, I heard that from a friend of mine where she was like, well, I might have, I could have meetings for the day, but then they get scooted over because someone's like just running late or whatever. And I'm like, if you've got a meeting, you've got a meeting. I do not cancel meetings unless I have, like, really heavy reasons to. Probably not super common occasion. My boss was no showing the meetings, but I think he got called out for it because he got a lot better about it. That's good because bosses should give the right example, right? Okay, latest idea. I'm giant pine tree by the house. It drops pine cones all spring. On Pinterest, it sells them awesome pine cone critters. Hot glue gun creation. The animals are elves. Thought making pine cone critters and encasing them in resin would be something interesting. You can sell on Etsy. It does sound really fun. Have you thought the financials through yet? I'm really curious about those. Like, how much would people be willing to pay for pinecone critters? Sounds really fun, though. Oh, okay. Well, company-wide meeting. I would say that takes precedence, I guess. Oh man, don't tell me about rabbit holes, man. Oh, wait. So there's like basically three companies involved with like this one support ticket going on. Holy moly. $300 per doll. So let's say they spend $15 materials, because the pine cone would be free ish, but then you've got like, I don't know, cloth, matchsticks, resin. So let's say 30. So then you've got 270 left, which means that leaves you, if you're charging $70 an hour for yourself, how much is 270 divided by 70? 3.8 hours, 3.9 hours, so almost 4 hours per doll to make something decent. I mean, if you... Oh, right, postage. Okay, so postage is included in the 300? Ah, okay, Chris. So yeah, okay, that kind of matches my my experience with any help I've tried to get from companies like that. I mean, could you? So, Rick, like the real question is, could you make a doll in in 4 hours, and would you be satisfied with $70 an hour? Considering that you'd have to pay for your own health insurance and cover any sick time or time off and that kind of stuff. Aren't we all? I think that's the nasty bit about like physical things that can't be like made on like a what's the term? Assembled, like made on an assembly line or whatever, you know. If you can't outsource the making, then you're also gonna like hit a wall with how much time you can spend on the thing. So that's what when I was like fully booked for like 3 months or something, and I was like, well, okay, so this is my quarterly revenue, and my only way to ramp up my income would be to charge more for my time, because I cannot do these things faster, you know. And I was like, am I happy with this revenue? I mean, not really. Could be more. either that or I would have to spend less time doing, acquisition or maintaining the website or all that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. But doesn't like that's the annoying thing about production time. Sometimes you just want to spend time on production. That's what most of these people get into the production of these kinds of things for, because they enjoy the production. And then if you have to basically like cut corners on the artistry, then is it still worth it or not? That's the big question. The positive thing about like digital products like books and whatever is that you make them and then you can basically sell an infinite amount. Provided that the website doesn't crash. Alright, so the next time my computer says you need to take a break, I'm going to take a break for a couple minutes. And then I can finish up inking this page and then we're done. Yeah, exactly. That's the nasty thing about services, I guess. Unless you like hire people that you can, rent out again for, and then like get a margin on their working hours. You know what I mean? So then they get salaried and you still get to make a profit. Theoretically infinite, because you get like a margin on their working hours. Oh wait, I said I was going to take a break, wasn't I? Hold on. There we go. Okay. I'll do the few last lines after I take a break. Be right back. And I'm back. I came back right as the music had finished, so I was like, I put my headphones on and I was like, where's the music? Where's everyone gone? Thanks, Chris. So, have you guys like got summer vacations and stuff planned yet? Cause it's coming. Though obviously you guys are from the States, so I think you barely get any vacation anyways. That's a common question for people here to ask in April, May-ish. It's like, hey, what's your summer going to be like? What are your summer plans? Snowing? I thought you were in the States. It's spring. Here it's like, it's been so sunny here for the past couple weeks. Saturday it's going to be 23 degrees Celsius, which is, I think it was times 2 plus 30, so that's 46, 70, 76 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. Oh, gardens are amazing. We have like, since we moved to like a house from an apartment, we have a garden, and it's just so nice. Even if you don't sit in it, just the fact that you have a garden to look out to instead of just brick walls is so amazing. For you too, snowing? Huh. Interesting. Well, I mean, okay, so I have to be fair here. I think it's been snowing in April here in Holland too. That's true. It's just been so sunny here, so it really feels like spring for the past couple of weeks. So you're not thinking about summer? 4 degrees Celsius. Holy moly. '90s, so that's 30 degrees in the southwest. Whoa. The weather really has been all over the place, I guess. We all know why. Though maybe with the cold weather, it's extra nice to be thinking about what you're going to be doing with warm weather. Oh, really? Oh, that's fun. So are they also like outdoor concerts? I have some good memories of those. I love outdoor concerts. nice. Pull for yourselves, like with a kid like that. That's got to be amazing. A lot of fun. Yeah, it's such a special vibe, isn't it? Like outdoor music festivals or concerts or whatever. I've been to a couple outdoor concerts in like old amphitheaters in Turkey and stuff. It's really like another level of magical. I'm so excited to travel with our little guy though. Like he's so interested in everything, you know, and like anything new, he really like frowns and starts to study it really intently. And I figure that must happen like buttloads when he's in a new environment and stuff. So I'm really excited to like show him all kinds of stuff. Yeah, standing concerts. I don't know. I feel like maybe they're a thing for, well, tall people, but also maybe like a younger audience. Or like more like a teen 20s audience. Because I feel like with my parents, I went to a lot of sitting concerts, and the vibes were always really good there. I feel like. All right, finishing touches. And then I'm gonna call it a day. Awesome. That's another page. All right, I think I'm going to call this a day and head off. But it was really nice having you guys in chat again. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks. Well, I mean, it's been, honestly, I think it's been almost a year. So I hope I've leveled up in that time, but I really appreciate you saying that. That's really nice to hear. I've also been trying to like vary the, you know, like the framing and stuff. Cause this page, hold on, like having, you know, the focus on the hands, instead of like always just having these talking heads and stuff. It's difficult to break away, but it's nice when it finally actually happens. Like it really adds a lot of dynamics to a page, so that's fun to see. But yeah, thanks for coming, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.